So just last week, I surpassed 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. A crazy milestone I never thought I'd reach. As thanks for that, I asked all of you to ask me questions so I could do this nice Q&A video. Let's just get into the questions. Amani Infinite Waves, Rin Kirafan, Sarah Noons, Panda Love, Doodle Caboodle, and Awesome Dragons all ask what inspired me to start doing YouTube. So before I started doing these stories on YouTube, I did vlogs where I would just sit there and talk about a topic. And the reason I did that was because I just wanted a life similar to the YouTubers that I saw. I wanted to get a lot of subscribers and be paid for doing this sort of thing. And I thought that the best way was to sit in front of my camera and just talk to the people. All those videos are gone. I deleted them. I mean, there might be some out there. There are definitely pictures out there, but all of them are gone from my channel. I very quickly realized that daily vlogs are tough, and doing creative things are difficult, especially if you're not doing them for the right reasons. And I was just doing it to gain money and to go further in my life. So that's when I decided that I needed something new. I remember doing art when I was a kid, like super young, and I really enjoyed people who did things that were creative and smart and, I don't know, that were interesting to see, and I just wanted to do that. And that's where you need to come from when you start something creative. You need to come from a place where you're not doing it for business. You're doing it for your heart, I guess. Yeah. You're doing it for your heart, for you as a person, so that you feel that you're getting something from what you're doing. So there's this video by VHeart that I really enjoyed, and I thought it was super creative. And just after I saw that video, I started watching a bunch of the Draw My Life videos, and somehow something clicked, and I said I could do this. I can do this special thing that is unique and nobody has seen before. Maybe somebody has done it, but it's not big, it's not up there, and it's not in a way that they can reproduce constantly over time. And I knew a way to do it. And that's, I guess, what inspired me to do this. I love doing art, I love horror, and I put the two things together and did them in a unique way, and that's what inspired me to start really doing YouTube, because you don't start doing YouTube until you're doing it for yourself. The next question is from Strategy Plays and Burfin Komorboga. I'm sorry again if I mistake the name, but I'm bad at names. And they ask, can you tell us how you make your videos, or how do you make your videos? And the answer is, I can't tell you. I want to tell you, but I'm kind of scared to tell anybody because my style is very unique, and I don't want to be not unique, I guess. And that's a stupid reason not to tell you guys, but it's what I'm insecure about. And so until I can get past that insecurity, I'm not going to tell you guys how to do it. But once I am past that insecurity, I will do an entire video dedicated to how I make these videos. And that's a guarantee. I just have to get past that small nagging voice that's saying, don't do it. Okay? Alice Wright and Bubble asks, how do you come up with everything and what gives you inspiration? I don't really know where I get my inspirations from. I take in a lot of entertainment. I'm an entertainment sponge. Television shows, movies, cartoons, books, audiobooks, radio plays, YouTube videos. I take in thousands and thousands of hours of them. And then I look at my surroundings and I'm I'm listening to what people are saying, and sometimes something just clicks, and I say, oh, that's a great story, like the Fingers story that I wrote. The Fingers story that I wrote came from me just thinking about how creepy fingers were when you see them around the corner, or the closet one. The closet one came from a car ride that I had with a friend of mine where we were just talking, and I said, oh my god, that's a really great idea. Things that go bump came from watching a bunch of television shows like X-Files and, I don't know, some other ones that I can't remember. I take in a lot of information, and then my mind interprets that information in a way that comes up with a story. And I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works, but it just happens. I guess the best advice to give to somebody who wants to be inspired by everything is just take in a lot of entertainment and information. Listen to what people are saying, be aware of your surroundings, and just think of things in a way that is not direct. Think sideways, I guess, is the best way to say it. Somebody's talking about a banana, don't think about the banana being yellow and being like a C-shape. Think about what's in the banana and how creepy it would be if something different were in the banana that wasn't supposed to be in the banana. And then you've got yourself a scary story that I should be writing right now, but I'm not. Instead, I'm giving it to you guys, so roll with it. In the comments, if you want, just write a story or something. I don't know. It's just weird things that I just come up with. That's the answer. The next question is given to me by Kath Lady, Allison the Marionette, and 232323232323. Let me redo that. The next question is given to me by Allison the Marionette, 2323223, hi, and Kath Lady. And they ask, why horror? I guess it's because horror asks questions that we're normally afraid to ask. What happens after we die? What happens when you break and you have some kind of a break? And what happens when you're pushed to certain limits that normally you'd never be in the situation for? Sci-fi, science fiction, old school science fiction used to do this too. They used to ask questions that normally you wouldn't ask. And it's scary because you don't know the answer. You don't really know the answer. And I love that. I just love the way it does that, I guess. Yeah. Next question. Also, hi Kath Lady. Alea Cyril and Eamon J. I don't know if I said your names right, but I hope I did. They ask, what's your favorite video? And I have to say, my favorite video so far right now, off the top of my head, is The Magician. I wrote the story a long time ago, and the art is a little not so good, but it has this kind of Dr. Seuss theme or feel that is super dark, and I love it. Christopher Crossman and the Ender Girl Gamer ask, what's the most scary story you've ever read, and what's your favorite story? I guess the scariest story I have ever read would be the first part that is on my channel, the only part that I think is worth anything, that first bit of Jeff the Killer. And the reason for that is, originally I thought he was saying go to sleep, and if you didn't go to sleep he would kill you. And that's scary because it puts you in the position of you have to go to sleep while somebody is there that you don't know, that is clearly not healthy in the head, and they have a knife, and they're gonna do something really terrible to you, and you don't know who they are. And if you don't, they're gonna kill you. And I thought that was great. I thought that was brilliant. And then I found out that wasn't the case. It was just stupid and had no point to it. And I really wish it was better, but the story really sucks. And so I only like that first bit because the rest is balls. And I guess that would have to be my favorite one as well. And once again, it's only that first bit. The next question comes from the Royal Assassin. Why are you so awesome? I'm not. I am not as awesome as that question makes me out to be. The next question comes from John.jpg. Are you going to continue things that go bump? The answer is yes. The problem with things that go bump is that it was a lot of saying that something would do something and then doing it, and I didn't like that, and I think that the format is kind of off, and I'm trying to find a way to fix it. Also, I'm working on other things. I have a book that I'm trying to get out and have been trying to get out for a couple months, so that takes priority over pretty much everything else. The next question comes from Alice Wright. How old are you? And do I have any animals? I'm late 20s, early 30s in age, and no, I don't have any animals. I live with animals, but I don't own any. I live with 3 cats. Bill C., the Cypher guy, asks, have you tried animating? Yes, I have. There are several videos that are on my channel that have animated bits. I can't do the animated bits all the time because it takes a lot of time and memory in my camera because I don't have a single shot, single frame camera, or, just a normal camera as opposed to the one that I have. Otherwise, I would do more animation stuff. Maria Christensen asks, do you have any advice on how to stay positive in school? My best friend just moved to another country, and I feel really lonely, and I'm having problems with getting enough sleep. Maybe I'm just overdramatic, but I'm really tired of being together with the same people every day. Well, Maria, I am probably not the person qualified to answer this. In fact, there is a person on YouTube that I met at YouTube Space New York who probably can answer this question better than I can. His name is The Josh Speaks. He has a channel on YouTube. You just search up his name and you will find him. There will also be a link to him in the description below, just for anybody that needs. But I'm going to take a stab at answering your question anyway. When I was at school, I kind of didn't care what anybody thought of me, and I just did my own thing. And I think that you have to have a little bit of a don't care what anybody thinks attitude when it comes to things that happen to you in school. You just gotta be you, and you'll be happy being you. There's a limit, though, where the don't care what anybody thinks attitude becomes a bad thing, and you have to be aware of when that happens, because it can get you in a lot of trouble. If it will affect somebody else or some other people's in a negative way, then you're probably not doing something right. And by negative, I mean detrimental to their mental health or their physical health. But the best thing you can do is just do you. The next question comes from Purple Pixels, and she asks, do you have any plants? Do you have names for them? I'm weird, I know. What kind of music do you listen to? That was a lot of questions. All at once. The answer is no, I don't have any plants, and therefore I can't have names for them. And I listen to all kinds of music. Chella Johnson asks, when you were younger, did you like to read? If so, what was your favorite kind of book? Funny story. I didn't learn to read until I was just entering middle school, which I believe is high school for a lot of other places. So that last year was when I first got into books, and I just started absorbing books. And by the time I did go into the middle school and high school, I was at a college level reading thing. So I had read thousands, and when I was younger, my favorite books were the Anne Rice Vampire Trilogy, Vampire Chronicles, or whatever they are, to Interview with the Vampire series, because that was crazy. Nowadays, my favorite series of books are probably the Wardstone Chronicles. I really like who they got to read the audiobook, and I just find the story to be super fascinating and kind of creepy in a weird way, and it's good. It's really good. Sabrina Caldwell asks, which series is your favorite so far that you've done? Fells Glen. I really like how that story came together. Fells Glen was just the greatest fun to work with. I had free reign to do almost whatever I wanted, and I wasn't restricted by the format, and I loved that. As for things that go bump, I liked it, but not as much as Fells Glen. I felt very restricted by the format of person reads the book, person dies by what they just read. And I also thought it was bad storytelling. I thought it was predictable and kind of dumb, and I thought I could do better. And I still think I can do better, and I will be returning to things that go bump. But right now, Fells Glen, all the way, 100%. That's just the way it is. Yeah, super aggressive. The Little Ship asks, how does it feel to know that over 20,000 people are now subbed to your channel? It's hard to talk about this because whenever I think about the number of subscribers I have, I get all teary-eyed, and I don't want to be the person that is trying to express their emotions and they just start crying and they just can't get things out. And one of the reasons I'm not showing my face for this is because I know that I'm gonna get teary-eyed. I didn't think I was gonna get to this point. I thought that I would get to maybe 100 and then that'd be it. But this is like more than 200 times the amount that I thought I was gonna get. And wow, is it a weird, strange, great feeling. I don't even know how to express it to you. It feels really good, and it feels like I've accomplished something. But then I also know that my accomplishing this something has a lot to do with the people that have supported me, and that's all of you. That's YouTubers like Mr. Creepypasta, Dead Josie, Echo Gillette. Many people have saw what I did, found it to be entertaining and worth something, and shared it with people, and that's a feeling that I'm not used to. I'm used to sitting in obscurity, and that's not what this is anymore. And that's such a strange development, and I'm not used to it. There's so many subscribers that have been subscribed to me since forever, and I don't know how to express the fact that I appreciate that so much. There was more than just the people in the creepypasta community that helped me. There was the one janitor who did a collab with me when his subscriber count was like so much higher than mine. I was super surprised, and I'll never forget that. I am always going to be grateful that he did that. I'm rambling because I don't know how to say thank you to 20,000 people. How do you say thank you to 20,000 people? You don't say thank you to 20,000 people. You say thank you to one person watching the video, and you just say thank you, I guess. Yeah. That's what it's like. That's what it's like to realize that there are 20,000 people. Thanks for 20,000. I hope it continues growing, but already I consider this an achievement. Already I consider this an achievement, and I hope you guys do too, because I wouldn't be here without your help.